everybody. Thank you for coming into the mid-morning break room show. Today, we have a pretty... Oh, see, it's me today.
It's you today.
Today, we are here with the Shamrock Pixie to help us with our topic of the day. It's the in-home eBay Mercari seller support. No, we are not talking about eBay's seller support or Mercari seller support. We are talking about the support we get at home from our families or non-support that we get from our families. And like I say, we got Destiny, the Shamrock Pixie. She's got a YouTube channel. There is a link to her channel in the description. If you guys want to head over there and check it out. She'll tell you a little later on what her channel revolves around. And then I am here with my three buddies, Derrick NASCAR Man, Craig, Land Shark Picker, and Anthony Pittsburgh.
What's up, everyone?
And I am a general reseller selling on eBay Mercari main platforms, sourcing from thrift stores, rummages, grocery stores. You heard it all before, most of you anyways. And consider myself the product relocation specialist.
I think you got the market on that one.
PRS.
I'm gonna copyright that. And then
you should get t-shirts made, Tommy.
What's that?
You should get t-shirts made.
Yeah.
That would be cool, eh?
That would be some cool merch.
There you go, hon. There you go. That could be part of
a shirt in our merch that has that on there.
Hey, there you
Can
go.
you promote it?
Yeah.
So we have a link to our merch if you want one of them shirts. So we can go with the introductions for anybody that might not know who the rest of us are. How about you, Derrick? You're right next to me on top.
NASCAR Man 3345. How's everybody doing? I do yard sales, flea markets, Mercari. Slowed down on eBay. I'm mainly going to be designated on Mercari and Facebook Marketplace. Do toy shows, diecast shows. I have an auction Monday nights on the channel, and I have racing tonight on Friday nights. So that's me.
It should be a pretty interesting race tonight. I seen the cars. I didn't get in there quick enough to take a pick, but I'll definitely be there to watch.
That's it. Well, you're Darlene's pit crew, remember?
Yeah. Oh, yes, I am in the pits tonight.
Yep.
And then, how about you, Craig?
Ditto of Derrick, but my name is Craig. My channel is Land Shark Picker. I'm in the great state of Alabama. All the same platforms as everybody else, with the also sourced from auction and Craigslist. If you want to know more about me, you can check out my channel.
There you go. And there's also a link to everybody's channels down in the description. So if you're not subscribed to anybody on the panel, please head over there and subscribe. What color buttons we like, Craig?
We don't like red ones. Red buttons are bad. Gray is great.
There we go.
Gray is great.
And Mr. Pittsburgh.
What's up, everyone? My name is Anthony Pittsburgh. I do the yard sales, estate sales, Goodwill bins, thrifting, anywhere I can go find some cheap stuff and resell it on eBay for a profit. That is what I do on my channel. I also do the weekly Bible study every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. I do working hangouts every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. I just started a brand new video game series where I play the retro games I test the retro games, I should say, more so than play them. But, and
it gives them a taste every now and then.
Yep. Exactly. I'm known for being one who likes to lick the cartridges.
That is so Tommy's fault.
That's why you said you missed all this.
Yeah.
Tina's sitting next to me. She has no clue about talking about licking the cartridges.
Oh, gross! That sounds disgusting.
I'll bring a few down in a couple weeks and let you try them.
They're bubblegum flavor with cotton candy. It's a mystery flavor.
Nate in the chat, when you ask about what color buttons we like, when I talk about buttons and I say gray, I'm talking about that one that's usually red and has a little number or a word in it, that subscribe word. We like to find those gray. If you're on somebody's channel and you like it, give them a gray button.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. And then the special guest of the day, my wifey Pooh. She is my seller support. And why don't you give a little holler about yourself there, hon?
All right, I am the Bargain Effects wife, aka the Shamrock Pixie, aka Destiny, whichever one you are comfortable with playing. I do have a YouTube channel. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and you never know what's going to happen. And as my Irish twin Kimberly says, I am a big hot mess. But I share love. My life is amazing, and I'm happy to be here with these 4 wonderful gentlemen.
Well, thank you. Happy to have you on. So I wouldn't normally do this to a guest on our channel, but since you're the wife, I'm going to put a little squeeze on you. Would you like to say hi to everybody in chat for us?
Sure. Oh, Miss Kimberly, borderline hoarders, corrected me. Smoking hot mess. Got to make sure.
Everybody's got their own opinions.
You never know what's going to happen with me. I have spilled my coffee live during a cleaning video. and then blocked the camera out as I cleaned it. I mean,
that would have been a good cleaning video.
Right. I know, right? It was pretty crazy. All right, so oops, I suppose I should get into live chat. That way I'm on everybody else's page here. So we have Eat Sleep Amazon, Miss Tiffany, aka my little sis. Welcome. The Cherry Picker, welcome. Michelle Lathan. I hope I didn't butcher it. And if I did, I apologize, but welcome. We have Eric, welcome. David, Kelly, the Ecom Mom Ward, welcome, my dear. Miss Kimberly, welcome, welcome. She is in the chat. She is back home safe from dropping her kids off. Thank goodness. Much love, my friend. Let's see. DC Cells, welcome. Nate, welcome. He actually had a compliment down here. He said, and that's every day I'm hustling. Hey, the Shamrock Pixie, you're looking lovely this morning. You got your rest and look ready to bear it all about Tommy. I have some juicy dirt for you.
Juicy gossip.
The juicy gossip. Exactly.
I mean, we already kind of know the scoop. He's already fully admitted before everybody on the internet that he goes competitive.
We have Pittsburgh. Welcome. I see you're in the chat. He is my wrestling idol, Mr. Anthony. I watched some of his wrestling videos. Woo-hoo. You go, boy. Go. Oh, Mr. Pickles is even agreeing. Oh, hold on. Let me. Okay. Let's see. Who else do we have in here today? Reseller Man, welcome. I seen you in the chat last night, and I don't know if I said hi to you, so I do apologize. I will double hi you now.
Double hi.
Double hi.
Double high, double low.
Double high, double low, up, down, all the way around. NASCAR Man's in the chat. There is my hubby's Italian twin. He's awesome. Much love.
How you doing?
Cody, welcome. Fat Girl Sewing, welcome. Sandollar, hello, hello. I hope everybody is having a good morning. Look, Landshark Picker, the Landshark Picker is in chat. Welcome, my friend. Let's see. I think I got, Joy. Welcome, Joy. Only one hairstyle right now, but may want to stay tuned because I might have a couple more that happen. She always picks on me about that. during lives. My hair changes all the time. Nathan, Red Nickerson Resale, welcome, my friend. And Gate City Picker, hello, hello. I think I hit blended whiskey. I do apologize. I did not see you. Good morning. Welcome. And let's get this party started.
Nice.
Okay. But before we do that, like I say, you do have a YouTube channel. So anybody that's not familiar with you in the chat, you want to kind of just give them an idea of what your channel is about, since we are in a reselling primarily chat here.
Well, I do have a few videos on tips and tricks on how to clean stuff, but mostly it's just different things. It's all over the board. I do a lot of more live hangouts than anything, just to kind of chit chat with people. I actually started my YouTube channel because I have severe anxiety with people, and I felt that, and with Tommy's help too, we felt that it might help me overcome that. And sometimes it's a struggle, but you know what? It's getting better, and I'm greatly appreciative for YouTube and stuff like that. I do have a couple of videos about my experience with my screen. I have a few videos on friend mail, so it's kind of all over the board.
Oh, we've had some other people jump in while you were talking. We had Gina Voliva. Gina, welcome in. I don't know. DMK Metals. He was here yesterday. Thank you for coming back. Trista Ray Creates, BK Vending. So,
yeah, appreciate
everybody involved. So,
welcome.
So, how is it with living with my twin brother?
Well, some days are stressful. Some days are absolutely positively amazing.
And just for the record, we didn't pre-talk anything really about what we were going to talk about on here. We had none of this. Well, don't leak that. There's no plan in conversation here. But she's here joining us because, like I say, she's my seller support.
All right, it's 9:15. You're supposed to say hello, and Destiny, you're supposed to say hello.
I forgot to give her
wait, it's 9:16. We got to change. The script is changed. Hold on. No.
Wait, I was like,
I forgot to give her the outline.
I'm sorry.
You're
Couldn't
sassy.
resist that.
You're sassy. You're all sassy.
Exactly.
Money for Mars came in. Hello.
So if you have any trouble with eBay, you just ring the bell and she comes running and she fixes all your eBay problems. If she's your eBay seller support,
she takes care of it all. I'm like, hey, I got an eBay scammer. She's like, I'll handle it. No.
Yeah, no. I'm not allowed to talk to the customer.
I know one thing she does. I see her do it every day.
What's that?
Come on, everybody in the crowd, in the chat. What's one thing that Destiny does for Tommy every day?
Mm-hmm.
Coffee.
And throws them in timeout.
Yeah, he gets a lot of timeouts.
He goes into the dungeon.
Yep, we got a lot of coffee deliveries in the chat now.
Coffee delivery.
And the coffee is a very important part of my business morning, so that's very supportive.
That's it.
Sure.
So let me ask you this, Destiny. When you met Tommy, was he already a reseller, or was he working like a 9 to 5 and transitioned into it?
Well, he was at the time called a flipper. So he always flipped and bartered, and he's flipped things like boats into cars, and he's always done it. He taught us how to do scrap with metal and cans and anything that we could make a buck off of, which was something completely new for me because I didn't grow up with a reseller family. My mom went to the thrift store, but that was it. and I love to shop at the thrift store, but I never in a million years would have thought that you could go to a thrift store, buy something, and then flip it for more money.
Yeah.
You know?
So this is primary income when you two hooked up?
Yes.
Okay. That's cool. I was going to say, I would have wondered what that would have been like for you, like wondering, you know, if he had a full-time job, like transitioning into that lifestyle, you know, how scary would that have been? But I guess he's kind of always just been the product relocation specialist.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has.
That's awesome.
Kelly, the ecom mom, says, wow, Tommy must be strong. He can flip a car.
Right. I flipped a couple of them.
He didn't wear that big boss man hat for no reason.
Yeah.
Every damn hustling says at the Bargain Effect, I
Feel
you on not letting the wife do customer service to customers. I would probably get banned of all platforms with my wife doing my customer service. And you know what? It's probably 100% true because there are times where I know somebody's scamming him and he handles it a lot differently than I would. And so no, because I'd be honest, I would tell them exactly what I thought of them and that they need to take their BS and stick it, you know, but that's me. That's why I don't do customer service. Hold on one second.
Tell
you the exact same way there.
Tell Joseph to come play with the bird.
I think Joseph's still sleeping. Y'all wore him out yesterday.
Hey, you know what? That's the way. Like I said before, we said we're going to do that. This is our first, and we're talking about possibly bringing the kids in to another show and having all the wives come on if they would come on. I know Ashley has trouble with work, Dina with work, and I don't know with your wife, Craig.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think it'd be cool if there was just a full white show and like we were kicked out one morning.
Let's do it. We can do that. Woo, woo. We'll tell all of your.
They want you, Ashley, and Craig's wife and Destiny all to do the morning show one day when we're not here. But they don't want to not have us on you guys running.
That would be fun to watch.
Yeah, right.
We'll steal your guys'
On the couch
channels.
And what can I do?
Pick me off the couch. You can
Tell her,
Me getting his seat? Yeah, that won't happen.
It would be. I think it would be a good show though.
Yeah, it would be a good show.
Yeah,
So-
but it would have to be either a Wednesday or a Friday because those are my days I have off.
Yeah, we'll do it Friday.
We'll
Yeah.
do it Friday. That's usually our guest day, anyways.
Yeah.
So Destiny, I know some of the challenges I've had with working from home, and I wonder if you see some of the same challenges with Tommy from a personal perspective, not a personal, from a family perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You find with Tommy working from home in this business that he has a hard time separating business from family time.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
And because you work out of your base, because you work out at home, that's one of the challenges I had when I was working full time.
Yes, he very much does. We go on dates. It's sourcing dates. Not that I don't mind now, but at the beginning, ooh, did it drive me nuts? I was like, really? I'm like, you're gonna buy something to resell while we're on a date? Really?
He's got to cover the cost of the day. Come on.
Well, I never really explained it, but I was like, I would get so
Right, exactly.
mad.
Yeah.
All right, Tommy, you need to change the topic of the title of the video. It needs to be Confessions of a Reseller's Wife.
Yeah.
There we go. I would get so mad. He would come to bed at night and I just want to like relax, you know, because I haven't seen him most of the day. And I just want to talk about other things. And it's, oh, I just found this new app, or you got to watch this video and it's about reselling. And I'm like, really?
The problem is that's probably not just Tommy. It's probably all four of the guys in here.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
See?
You know, and I mean, these are
absolutely.
my feelings, and I'm sure a lot of people out there have it, you know, but at the very beginning, it was very stressful. I mean, I knew he was a flipper. I knew that he bought and sold things all the time. Even way before him and I met. I mean, he's been doing this since he was young because that's what his father taught him, and it just became a part of him. It's natural, and it wasn't that part of it, but when he transitioned from doing it not online, like eBay, Mercari, stuff like that, to transferring into that, it was very stressful because he was like, honey, you got to hear this, you got to hear that. And I'm like, honey, I will support you, but I really don't care. You know,
There you go.
that is your thing, because I didn't understand it. It wasn't that I was angry with the fact that, you know, that's all he ever wanted to talk about. It was more of the fact that I was angry that I didn't understand what he was saying, and it felt like he was talking Chinese to me. So I was just like, it turned me off of it.
That's
And
how
then, you know, it really did. And it was like, it was nonstop. But I understood at the same time because he did research for like a year before he even went from what he was doing beforehand to transferring into eBay and selling online, all the platforms and stuff. And that's one thing about Tommy that I can say. He does his research, and he does very deep research.
I've noticed that just in talking for sure.
Yeah, and he knows his stuff. And when I started my YouTube channel, I kept telling him, honey, you need to do a YouTube channel. You need to, because you need to get that knowledge that's up here out there, because he breaks things down for me. And this is what actually really helped me to understand a lot more and be more supportive and get involved as much as I am involved, is because he would break it down to the point where it was layman terms for me. Before it was like a doctor, you know, talking the way they do, medical wise, all medical terms. So I don't understand it. And so it was frustrating. He would break it down to where I would understand it. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. Okay.
And not everybody can do that.
No, not everybody can do that.
And I don't mean it about reselling. I'm talking about anything.
Right.
I think that's a critical component, a critical piece of being able to be a teacher of anything.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Just
yeah.
be able to explain it to people on a level that they understand it. Not that you're above them or better than them, but you got to break it down into easy to understand pieces.
Right. We went to Ecom Chicago last year, and I'm going to tell you, I
took her on vacation.
Yeah, we went well, but you know what? It was fun. I did learn a lot, and being around other resellers besides just Tommy was a really excellent and phenomenal experience for me, because I realized there's more people like Tommy out there.
Oh yeah.
It's okay. You know, before it was like, well, it was just him and I, and I'm just like, you know, now he's like, want to go on a date? I'm like, are we reselling? Are we picking up product? Are we sourcing? And he's like, yeah. I said, all right, let's go.
It's like, duh.
Just more Dollar Trees for a while. That's all.
Well, I've actually returned to that Dollar Tree, and I literally had almost a nervous breakdown. Like, my anxiety was really high when I walked in there. But by the time that we left, it had subsided. So I had to break that. I had to be able to walk back into that store, or I would have never walked back in. If we would have pulled up there to go sourcing, I would have been like, nope, I'm staying right here.
All right.
You know?
I got another question. I've always said I don't like the interview style, but I think on Fridays we can kind of The first time you went out with Tommy, not on a date, but the first time you were out at a store, Walmart, grocery store, Walgreens, wherever, and he pulls out his phone to scan something, are you thinking, oh my God, Tommy, you're embarrassing me? What kind of reaction did you have the first time you saw him do it?
We went, I think it was Walmart we went to, and he had just learned, you know, the whole, you can source at Walmart thing. Okay. And we went in to go food shopping, and he disappeared on me. Where did he go? I'm like, I thought we were here to, go grocery shopping. I'm like, I bet you I know where he's at. So I walked to the other side of the store. And where is he? In the clearance aisle with his phone out. And he looked like a kid got busted with candy. It was funny. And I'm like, I rolled my eyes and I'm like, really? I'm like, you're doing that now. We need to go grocery shopping so we can make dinner tonight. And he's like, we have food at home. I'm like, really? You know what? You do you. I'm going to go food shopping. You're going to deal with what I bought. He was like, no, I'll be right there. I'll be right there. And I'm like, no, you already decided that this is what you want to do. So I'm going food shopping. You do what you got to do. I'll do what I got to do. Now, keep in mind, this was like 3 years ago and almost 3 years ago. And now it's like, I tell him, I'm going food shopping. Get your butt over in the clearance. Make sure you can pick up some good deals.
Get some money to buy that food.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but I remember from firsthand, because we talk a lot, me, Tommy, and Destiny, that Tommy called me from Walmart one day, and Destiny was there, and they're in the toy department, and they're going, Destiny's going, oh, this is a cool car. I like this one. Derrick, what do you think? Okay. Oh my God. This one, I'm like sitting going, oh, really? You're not a reseller, but look at her go nuts over this. Over this.
See, and I don't call myself a reseller because it's just not what I do. I, for Tommy, cross post for him, and I help him source, and I help him, with whatever he needs. And if it means going down the stairs 2-3 times within an hour to get him coffee, that is okay with me because he's doing something that he loves. He's doing something that doesn't make him crabby. He's doing something that
Depends how eBay's doing, right?
yeah, but I mean, in general, reselling is who he is. It's in his blood. I'm never going to be able to change it, and I would never want to change that. I mean, in the last years, my attitude towards it has changed. His hasn't, but mine has.
Right.
I'm going to spray him. Hold on.
Whack.
I'm going to my office.
You guys should hear what I hear after she mutes her mic.
Yeah, that's not safe for work.
Yeah, that's not appropriate for. Not that it's a bad thing. I just threatened to spray him. Really.
I can read your lips. That's not what you said. You're a liar. I'm kidding.
Okay, so there was a question in the chat. DC Cell says, the Shamrock Pixie, you go out sourcing with bargain. What has been your best pick? I'm actually pretty good at this. And he taught me, Tommy has taught me, go outside the box. So that's what I try to do. I think my best find, I'm not even sure. What would you say is my best find, honey? Because I don't do like the numbers.
The right answer would have been Tommy.
What's that?
The right answer, you should have just said Tommy.
Well, yeah, he's the best pick of everything. But
there you go. No
she's
further
talking about
needed.
sourcing. Oh wait, that is sourcing, isn't it?
Does Tommy have a barcode on his neck that you scanned to see what he was worth?
I can't tell you that secret.
It's kind of funny though because I thought about getting a barcode tattoo.
Yeah, he actually has been talking about it.
No,
Hey,
just don't get it across your forehead, okay? Please.
No, I wouldn't get it there.
He's gonna get it on his butt cheek, like the dolls that we find.
If you get that, it's okay. You don't have to show it to us.
If you get one, you should get one that's actually scannable, Tommy. That way you can comp yourself.
Well, when I print my invoices, let me see. I got a thing. I can do it real quick, actually. This is what I was thinking about getting.
I'll be right back.
It'll take me a second because I got to go print out an invoice.
Morning, Harry Tornado.
Something that's going on. Let's see.
She said earlier she had issues with anxiety around people sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
On camera, you would never guess that.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
And I know people deal with things differently and all that, but I would never have guessed that if she had told me that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have either.
You know?
See, and the thing is Tommy, when him and I first met, I didn't really leave my house. That's how big of a phobia I had of people. It's gotten better, and YouTube has helped. But yeah, it's can be pretty bad. I used to run out of Walmart, get in there as quick as I could, and run back out, and because there's just too many people. But Tommy's helped me overcome that too, for the most part.
Nothing wrong with that. Everybody's got their different challenges, you know. Just learn to deal with them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. Let's see.
Yeah, I think going back to what you said about, when Tommy would come to bed and he'd start talking to you about reselling stuff and you kind of want to unwind and all that. I think that's why it's so important to have a community of people that are like you. That way you don't have to spray your spouse with all the reselling stuff that they can care less about. Because literally, I feel like
What was that?
I don't know.
That's been something on Tommy's side. He's going. It would be cool to create a network of reseller spouses or significant others.
That would be really cool.
That could work together to support each other.
We had something like that in the church I went to. It was like a pastor's wife's network of just women who they knew their husbands were crazy busy doing all kinds of stuff, pulled away from them or whatnot. I think that would be cool, kind of like a reseller's spouse type thing.
You do a group on Facebook. The Destiny would be the administrator.
Oh, I thought I was muted. Good thing I didn't say nothing too loud, huh?
We can mute and boot you. We're pretty good at that.
I meant I was going to yell at the bird again. Hey, you want to keep Mr. Pickles situated? Because he's being loud and obnoxious. You just wake up.
So,
say hi.
So everybody in the chat, do y'all
Hi.
so how involved is your significant other in your business? You have a significant other. I'm trying not to say wife or husband or whatever. Do you have somebody that is directly involved in your business? Is your significant other just supportive? Is your significant other, do they care less? They just want to know how much money did you deposit in the checking account this week?
Yeah.
I've seen I belong to the reseller rooms and stuff like that on Facebook, and I have seen where there are guys that literally will post how all their wife cares about is how much money they brought in that day, and they have to make a certain amount of money keep their wife happy. I'm just happy that Tommy is doing something that he loves and he is not miserable.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing. You have to enjoy what you're doing, and otherwise, and I am not gonna lie, me and Tommy have gotten in some pretty heavy disagreements. I won't say arguments or fights, but some pretty heavy disagreements on the reselling stuff. It's like, can we just relax? No, we need to go sourcing. I'm like, really? I don't feel good, or my feet hurt. Oh, I'll go by myself. No, let me get ready. I'll go with you because I know you're going to need me to go this way or that way, but I learned a lot from him. When I won't say selfish, but it is like a selfishness when you're with somebody and you don't support what they do. It's kind of being selfish in my eyes. And that's my feeling. And I'm not saying that's everybody. I felt like I was being selfish by saying that, I don't care what you're doing, because I do care what he's doing. I want him to succeed. I want him to be the best person he can be. And so, I've seen where there are guys that don't have that. I've seen where women don't have that. And it's sad, because you're supposed to love your spouse through good and bad, sickness and health, all of that. And even as much as I was crabby or upset with the things that he did at first, when he switched over, which he still does the flipping and bartering and stuff like that still, but his main focus is like eBay and those platforms and stuff like that. But I had to, once I put that aside, that selfishness aside, I realized he's doing it for us. He's trying to make it better for us. And I need to just suck it up and try to learn what I can. And that's what I did. And now I absolutely love the fact that I can say, my husband is what did you call it? A product relocation specialist.
There you go.
And so, that's what he does. Me and my mom get into disagreements me and my mom get into arguments. I love my mom, but my mom doesn't agree with it. She thinks that people should have the 9-to-5 jobs, and not everybody is cut out to do that. And so me and my mom get into it because it's like, he is working, he is doing a job.
Yeah.
You cannot see it, but that's your choice not to see it.
She don't consider it a business because it's not a brick and mortar, or you're not punching a clock.
Right. And
If
if
we had a thrift store, it would be real.
Yeah.
Because it's online, it's not real to her.
But that's potentially the difference in generations.
It is. It really is. And my mom is a loving, caring, kind person. It's just that she was definitely raised in a different time. And it's okay. She is allowed to have her opinion. I'm allowed to have mine. And it's not like I'm disrespectful or she's disrespectful. We just get into it where I'm like, Mom, he is doing good. It's his business. This is what he wants to do. And, or she'll call me. She'll call me and she'll be like, hey, there's a job at here or there. And I'm like, Mom, okay, I will tell him, but he already has a job. It's just not your traditional job. And that's another thing that I've learned with this is it's not 9 to 5. There are times where he will wake me up in the middle of the night because he's not able to sleep and he's found something incredible. And he's like, honey, I had to share. And I'm like, huh? Trying to wake up. And I'm like, what? And then the next morning he'd be like, do you remember what I told you? And I'm like, oh, that was real? I thought it was a dream. I started thinking I was dreaming about reselling.
Or she gives me stuff like this. Here, we got something for you to sell. These are brand new dial-a-cup dispensers like you have at your 7-Elevens and McDonald's for the
My
cups.
mom.
Do you think you could handle? Will these sell? We'll sell them and we'll split the money. I'm like, okay, well they're worth good money, so yeah, it's a good deal. So as every so often, she calls up with something for us to sell, and it's not a real business, but hey, can you use your business and we'll make some money together?
I do. I love my mom. My mom is amazing.
You should have her shadow you for a day, Tommy, so she could see how you really
how much is involved.
I don't know if my mom could handle that. I really don't. But my mom is really good at thrift stores. She loves to find deals and stuff like that at thrift stores. That's one thing I can say that I did learn from her. But Tommy, the part I've learned from Tommy is that you can resell it for some good money. What would you say is my best find?
Well,
Tommy.
your recent one would have been the Peanuts cookie jar.
Yep. That one I know.
We picked that up for $6 or $7, and
$6.99.
it sold for $84.
That's nice.
And then your absolute best find?
Yes. There's been quite a few things that I found.
There's a lot. I mean, it's hard. People always tell me what's your best flip or what was your quickest flip, and it's hard to say because I've been doing it so long. I don't remember. She just came across when she was cleaning up her desk area. She just came up with the receipt and handed me a receipt from a boat flip that I did that I obviously did a trade on. I traded a boat for a motorcycle, and I'm like, okay, I remember the boat. because we had a name for it. And I personally used the boat for a while when I got it. I used it all summer and then flipped it in fall. But I traded it for a Kawasaki Velkin. I don't remember the motorcycle. Period. I still don't remember what I traded that boat for. Obviously, it was a motorcycle, but I don't remember the motorcycle, and I don't remember what happened to the motorcycle. So, I mean, there's so many.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember what would be your best.
It's fun, man. Especially when you're dealing with the number of items we deal with.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you forget about a whole motorcycle?
Because I think you didn't have it very long, to be honest.
When
I
you're,
don't think so. It might have been one of those. I know somebody that wants a motorcycle. This guy, I got the boat. He's offering me a motorcycle, so the motorcycle probably went. And then I got something else out of the motorcycle.
Yeah, but I don't remember. I mean, we have a stack of things that he's flipped or bartered, not flipped, but bartered.
Mhm.
We have a stack like what, this in our drawer of things that he just exchanged, bartered.
Yeah, all either handwritten receipts or transfer papers or something, just in case something would ever come back.
Is bartering still hot out your way? Because I know out my way, it's a lot more scarce now. It was really hot whenever that Barter King show was on, but now it's like, 'cause I used to barter like crazy, and I used to be all about the flipping something small all the way to something big, like you were just talking about. I even did that to get a motorcycle back in the day, like maybe 10 years ago. But
in our area, bartering works better here than cash sales because we live in a broke town.
Mhm.
You know, so people want boats, people want cars, people want motorcycles, people want ATVs and snowmobiles, but they don't have the cash for it.
Yeah.
But they're like, but I have this.
but I've got a stick of bubble gum.
And when I barter, the only way I'm bartering with you, I mean, if it's a buddy, sometimes I'll do an even up swap or a real close swap. But if I'm going to barter, I already spent the time listing this.
Yeah.
Now you're going to trade me something, and I'm going to have to go through the time of cleaning that up and listing that. So I'm always getting value-wise. Maybe they feel they're getting the better end of the barter because they're trading something they don't need, want, or use for something they want.
Yeah.
So in their eyes, they're getting the better deal, but I'm getting the better value deal. I always barter up. I never barter down or.
That's how I do it.
There's one time that I bartered down in value by a couple $100, and that was because what I was trying to get rid of, I was struggling. It was worth good money to the right person, but I wasn't finding that person. So I said, okay, I'll barter down in value because I can flip that quick.
And that makes sense.
I didn't lose money on it. I was still ahead in the initial deal that I started with. So it didn't bother me that much. That's the only time I bartered down, because otherwise I'm gonna sit on this. I don't even remember what it was. I think it was another boat. Now I'm going to sit on this boat through winter to try to get rid of it next year. And I swap it out for whatever it was, snowmobile or something like that I can flip right now because that season's coming up.
Right.
I think it was, you had that white boat that had like the kind of curved nose, just had the, I don't know, it was vintage, I guess. But it needed a lot of work.
Oh yeah, maybe that was it.
But you've had a couple like that.
Yeah, I mean, what I'll do is I'll pick up a boat where the interior shot or it's got a soft spot in the floor, and I'll reupholster it, fix the soft spot. I'll pick the boat up for $150, $200, and do that. Trade the boat up because it's not a big bass boat or anything. It's usually just a runabout, and I'll trade up and trade up and trade up until I have like a $3,000 vehicle and then cash out.
Where did Derrick go?
I don't know.
He was probably. I just want that noise you heard before. That's what happens when one of the big color thermal printers gets a paper jam.
Wow.
Oh.
Something like that. You said you were printing something.
Yeah, I was printing it. I was to say this was a tattoo that I'm considering. This is my packing slip. That's my address, so it don't matter. But it's actually a scannable QR code with my logo in the middle. And when you scan that, it'll take you straight to my link tree. And that from my link tree will take you to my Amazon, my eBay store.
That's awesome.
Is Joey's computer on?
Is his? I don't know why.
There's, I can hear.
Yeah, it's on your end.
It's on my end. How is it my end? I don't know what I would have.
You never have it until you came in.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so it's my fault. I'm not the one that left the YouTube feed sound on when he came in and went live.
Yeah, one of us does it usually every morning, but there's no sound on Joey's computer if it is his. So,
Christian Pickens says, I was at the top of my bargain game at age 21 in college. A case of beer to underage college kids went for $50 on a Friday and Saturday night.
Sure.
For sure.
I know way back up in chat, Nate asked how long we've been together. We're going on 8 years.
It's been a long 8 years.
And then I don't know if you've seen Rebecca said that she was waiting on the vet to call back.
Oh, okay.
So,
I did not see that, but thank you.
but Destiny is very supportive of what I do.
I do.
But I also know she gets at times very frustrated with what I do, especially when I got a boat sitting across the front yard, taking up the. We got a pretty small front yard, so I had a 26 footer sitting out there. So when she sat to drink her coffee in the morning, she was looking at the side of a boat. She wasn't very happy, but it was only there for 3 days.
Yeah, it was there for a short time, but it was still aggravating. The things that like still kind of drive me nuts a little bit is,
Here we go.
Yep, that still drives me nuts. Sometimes it's still at night when I just want to watch a movie with him and he wants to talk resell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, honey, I love you, but stop. Or I'll give him the look. Like, really? He's like, but you got to see this. Sometimes, not every night. Some nights, it's still a tad bit annoying. And then my driveway is jam-packed with things that he wants to flip. Trailers, campers, boats. And I'm like, I would like to have my driveway and yard back, please. So get rid of these. And he's like, I will. I just got to. No, you're too busy down in your dungeon. Get this stuff out of my driveway.
We have a really long driveway. And one of the reasons I liked this house when we decided on this house was the driveway, because I visually, she's looking at it as, I can park and there's probably room for the kids, ride their bikes or whatever was going through her. I don't know. I'm a reseller. I think differently, because I was thinking, how many things on trailers can I fit in that driveway?
Oh, yeah. We were talking about having the wives, the significant others, whatever on the show. I think doing another, you might be a reseller if with them on.
Yeah.
Would be a little different than the one we did.
Like a game show.
But I'm sure we had a great show when we did that, a week or so ago, however long it's been.
Yeah.
I think we would potentially get some other answers that didn't come up if we had our significant others on.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that'd be
fun. And then, like she's talking about at night, when I come across something, because, when I lay down, I'm hitting the Facebook marketplace to see if anybody's posting links so I can make that contact right then to I'll get out of bed and go get it right now if he says, hey, come down.
Yep. Absolutely.
But, so if I see something that's exciting that I think, I can get this for nothing, because I go to the marketplace, the first thing I do is search the word free.
Yep.
That's
I will be right back.
And stuff like that, you got to jump quick or you miss out.
Exactly. And that's why I do it. I'm a smoker, so I do it when I go upstairs and have a cigarette. I sit on the phone. I'm scanning Craigslist and Marketplace. Yep. When I have bathroom time, I'm scanning Craigslist, Marketplace. You know,
Mhm.
I'm constantly scanning and looking for deals
Me too.
that I can flip on. So when I see something when we're laying down and I get excited, or a video, the other night I did it to her. This was just the other night. I came across a video about it was sourcing the dollar store.
Hmm.
And you know, everybody talks about, oh, you can go to the dollar store and you can source and yeah, you can. But the guy went into really good detail. I can't remember who it is. It's not anybody like from our community, but he went into really good detail on how you can make money, to dig a little deeper into your Amazon seller app to see if maybe you can't make money right now, but because the lowest price is $200, but there's only 40 of them available. And once it sells out, the next lowest price is there's a jump, so there's money for profit. You might have to wait a week till the other person sells out.
Hmm.
So he showed how to dig deeper in that, and I got excited about it. And she watched it with me, but I know she wasn't excited as I was. And I forget, as a reseller, that you don't get as excited about that stuff.
Yeah.
You don't understand, why am I excited? Because this dude's throwing a bunch of numbers out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and me and numbers don't mix as it is very well. And he's throwing numbers at me, and I'm like, really? For one, I'm tired. Two, I don't understand a word you're saying. It makes me want to cry sometimes.
Yeah, my wife hates it. I'm the same way. If I'm sitting still, I'm looking at Facebook Marketplace, looking for Craigslist. I know, for example, it's been probably 3 months ago, and I did a video on it. I was looking through it. It was like 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, maybe like 8:30 at night, and I found a free elliptical, which is a good sized piece of exercise equipment.
Hmm.
I knew it was $150, $175, $200 minimum.
Mhm.
It was in the free section. I told my wife, I said, hey, this just showed up. I don't care what. And it was about a 35, 40-minute drive for me or better.
Yeah.
I don't care. If it's 9 o'clock at night, I'm about to get in the truck and I'm going to pick this up.
Yeah.
I said, you can make at least $100 on it. It's worth my time.
Mhm.
He's like, what? You're killing me. It's not. I'm like, no, I'm gone. See you. Love you.
Tommy just did the same thing a couple weeks ago. At like 3 o'clock in the morning, he's looking at Facebook Marketplace. I roll over and I'm like, I see a light. So I open my eyes. I'm like, yep, he's on the marketplace. So I roll back over
Hmm.
and I get woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Honey, we got to get going. We got to get up and function. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, I found this really awesome thing that's going for a lot of money and we've got to get it. And I'm like, okay, let me at least have a couple cups of coffee to wake up.
Get it to go.
Yeah, that's what he said to me. And I'm like, where are we going? He's like, it was like 20 minutes outside of Madison. And I'm like, what time do you have to be there? And he's like, really early. And I'm like, well, what time is it now? He's like, it's 5 a.m. I'm like, I am going to sleep for a little bit longer. I said, it will be fine. Madison, or 20 minutes from Madison, we're what, an hour from Madison? You'll be fine.
But tell her, fellas, that say she goes back to sleep for a half hour. That half hour you can
turns
lose
into 2 hours.
Yeah. Especially if you're doing something that's free or is a great deal.
Yeah.
Right. And it was a really great deal. But then, you know, it's like, so we go. I get up, I go. He did let me sleep for another hour and a half.
because I couldn't get a hold of the guy right away.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason.
And so I got to sleep for another hour and a half. I got up, got dressed, had some coffee. Then we left. And we get there. Tommy pays for the item, you know, checks it over and then pays for the item. We get it in the truck. And then he proceeds to tell him, well, I'm a reseller. He's like, oh, I got a whole bunch of stuff for you to look at. And I'm like, he owes me Chinese at the mall. We are 20 minutes away from Madison. He's taking me to Chinese for lunch. So I waited. He gets all excited. And then the kids, they of course got excited because he's got more stuff to
He had a go-kart.
Yeah, he had a go-kart, and didn't he have a motorcycle or something
Yeah.
too? And so they're all looking at the stuff. I'm staying in the truck, and I'm like, I'm good. I'll just watch this thing back here that's worth money. And so they all get back in the truck, and I'm like, guess what? And he's like, what? I'm like, you're taking me to Chinese for dealing with this. And he took me to the mall. He got me my teriyaki chicken, and I was good as gold. As long as I get some teriyaki chicken when we're sourcing, we are in.
And now, you remember what we went and picked up?
It's some vintage car alternator tester thingy.
Yep. And how many teriyaki chickens is that gonna buy you?
Yeah, a whole hell of a lot. This girl is gonna have cards upon cards for free teriyaki chicken.
That's awesome.
I gotta acknowledge this one. It cracked me up. I started laughing before. Fishing and Picking said it must have been when you were talking about you might be a reseller. Because you might be a reseller if you have a naked mannequin in your living room and you talk to it and call it by name.
So I'm that one who actually named our mannequins, and I change their name every time I go down there. Me and one of the mannequins downstairs. Which one is it? Is it the adjustable one that I picked up for $5 for you, the expensive one?
Yeah, she got a really nice one. It's got you can crank the dials and adjust the waist and the hips and the busts on it and everything. It's an expensive one.
Yeah, it's like
Destiny has that doll.
What's that?
Destiny has that doll. Or are you talking about the mannequin?
No, the mannequin has the adjustable knobs on the hip.
This is her right here.
Yes.
Let's do a side profile. Check this out. and she's got for the hip.
Keep going. No.
He can make her big. He can make her little.
That's cool because if you're trying to do something,
swim her up real good.
It's actually let me tell you a secret about that thing. Okay, it's actually a seamstress mannequin.
Watch these hips.
And so
let me see.
It's moving.
There we go.
But
so it goes from a size 34 to a size 39 in the hips, a size 24 to a size 29 in the waist, and it goes from a 32 to a 37 in the bust.
Nice.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, it is a very expensive mannequin, and I got it for $5 at a yard sale. There was no price on it, and it was one of those make your offer them a price on whatever you feel it was worth. And I'm cheap. I get that from Tommy. Oh. I'm cheap. I want cheap, but good stuff. Right. So I went up to her, the lady that was running it, and I said, I will give you $5 for this mannequin. She's like, okay. Tommy went, like his jaw dropped, like he couldn't believe that I did that. So I gave her the $5. I told, we took it out to the truck, and Tommy pulls me aside and goes, you do realize that's almost what did you say, like $150, $200 mannequin?
I looked up that form, and it's like used are about $135.
Even basic dress form mannequins like that are expensive.
Yeah, and I got that one for $5. But me and that mannequin, that mannequin and I have gone rounds and rounds and rounds.
Sorry, Derrick.
My way, when we had the basement set up differently, she was always by my desk, and I would try to get up, and she would hook me. Like every time. And I'm like, you need to get your new girlfriend away from me before I break her.
She goes over and turns that knob backwards and she shrinks. And it's like,
exactly. I'm like, you need to move your girlfriend or she's going in the trash. She keeps grabbing me and I don't appreciate it. And he would just bust out laughing. So yeah, Tommy's mannequins in the basement, the two girls that he had, two female mannequins he had, those are his girlfriends. Those are his girlfriends, and that's what I tell him. You need to go see your girlfriends downstairs because I don't want to hear it.
So do y'all call the mannequins the same thing, or do you each have your own names for them? Bird.
I'm gonna take this head and put it on that mannequin and then dress it up and take it for a ride on my cycle.
Oh, heck no. No, that's not happening.
And just
No.
see what people, if they just like no big deal and don't realize it's a fake, or if they're gonna look at me like I'm a crazy psycho killer.
I get the first ride on the motorcycle, though. I get the first ride. Then I don't care. You better not get the first ride.
Mom's the only one that sees it. Everybody sees it. It totally close it.
I don't know. My sound is going in and out.
Guys, I gotta go pick up my daughter. She just called and said she was done. I'll come back in if y'all are going when I get back.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, Destiny. I appreciate you coming on. It was a lot of fun.
I enjoyed being here. Thank you.
All right, I'll see y'all in a little bit.
Be safe.
Okay.
Right there.
Joel Parrish asked if you have birds, Destiny.
Yes, we have a Quaker parrot named Mr. Pickles, and we've had him for a little over a month.
2 months now? About 2 months.
Almost 2 months now. And he's sassy. He's being sassy this morning, so I do apologize that I have to keep muting and yelling at him.
He wants to go live. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, he does. He does. He didn't get his Darlene time live this morning, so he was being a sleeper. So now he's going to be extra annoying today. And that's another thing. Mr. Pickles, Tommy actually bartered for Mr. Pickles for me.
Nice.
He did. I had a handheld police scanner, two-way something another.
That you never used.
That I never used. It was brand new. I never used it. And the guy's parents that we got Mr. Pickles from, his son needed a two-way radio scanner thing. So he could, because he was doing racetrack something another. I know it's a very big explanation, and I do apologize. I just don't follow certain things. But he needed one. So what Tommy did was he gave the radio to his buddy, and he told his buddy, well, you can work it out with your mom how much she wants for the bird, and we get the bird. So that is how we got Mr. Pickles. He bartered for a handheld scanner radio thing.
That we had no money invested in.
Yeah, none. It was given to me. It was never used. It was brand new. And so the rest is history.
So I'm just wondering if anybody in the chat has any questions for anybody or Destiny, like any behind the scenes to being with the reseller type questions or anything like that. Any questions really? I mean, usually we're a lot more interactive with our chat. Mm-hmm. We haven't had a whole lot of interaction, and I'm kind of missing that. I love our chat interactions.
Definitely.
Right.
I think it's kind of cool just hearing Destiny talk about the Tommy, because then I really just get the feeling of how much alike we really are. You know what I mean? It's not just me and you, but like all of us.
Yeah. Well, that's why. I mean, a lot of people, like I said, we joke. Destiny, Tommy, and I joke that Tommy's my brother from another Italian brother from another mother, but literally,
forget about it.
It's seriously like if we're not on the phone, probably 2 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not Destiny, it's Tommy or all of us. You know, I have become bonded pretty much with Destiny and Tommy in the past couple of months, and they are like good friends and family to me, because
Mm-hmm.
always something that's going on. It's always, hey, Tommy, what can we do?
Then they bug me if they don't hear from you.
Yeah, and
Shit.
see, there you go.
You know, and
we talk so much that if
yeah,
a day goes by and we don't hear from Derrick, it's like, I hope everything's all right. And there was a day that he didn't he just wasn't around, and you'd go to call him and it'd say he's not taking calls. And well, what's the next best thing you do? You get a hold of the wife. She's gonna know.
I contacted his wife to make sure he was okay because we were worried about him.
Yeah.
And there are times where, sorry, Derrick, I'm throwing you out there, where he'll do some things and then he starts breathing funny, and we get very concerned, and that's usually in private chat. So we're like, you need to sit down, you need to calm down, and because
Did you see the look at Derrick's face when she was like, I'm throwing you out there? He looked up like, what?
You used to once in a while, Des.
yeah, see, I got permission. Woo, woo, yeah. No, but no, I mean, you do. There are certain people that you end up becoming a family with, and that day we were worried because he had been on and he was breathing funny, and I just wanted to make sure. So I contacted his wife immediately, and I knew she was at work, and I knew that as soon as she came on break or was able to look at her phone, she would, and she did. She messaged me pretty shortly after that and explained what was going on. I was like, oh, okay, and then I was like, duh. You could have contacted his sons too. You have them on Facebook. But I wasn't thinking that because they were there with them.
Yeah.
And then when I did, it was, but he was fine. But it was still the fact that we were worried and we didn't hear from him. And that's how I am. I look at this, being with a reseller, my family has grown.
Yeah.
My family has grown. And I don't care who you are. If we connect, you're part of my family immediately, and that's what I love most about being with a reseller is I get to meet different people. It's helping me with my anxiety, and my family's growing like crazy, and I love that. I absolutely love that. And
see, I thought your favorite thing was that we're constantly upgrading with our personal stuff.
Yeah.
It's like we buy something and it's like, ooh, this is nice. This is better than what we have.
Mm-hmm.
So we keep that one and sell the other one. And then some time goes on and it's like, well, now this one's better than that. So
We do the same thing.
we just
And actually,
constantly upgrade everything from vehicles to our furniture in our house to lawnmowers, snowblower, everything. We're just constantly upgrading, and it's not costing us anything. We're actually getting paid to upgrade.
yeah. Or we get things for free because Tommy is very smart and knows how to do a lot of things. And we get things for free that are better than what we had before. So then he's pretty good at that. He just got me a truck.
For free.
For free.
And as you can see, is with becoming close and becoming friends with other. Yesterday was when we did our live yesterday with Joey. That's bringing family in. That you can always teach other people different things, and with Joey needs that little bit of, hey, come on, we're gonna teach you something, you're gonna learn it. And it's the same with my kids. I mean, my kids, you gotta take it, but they're older, where they're getting to the point now where, okay, you got to start learning stuff on your own. But Joey, and even Jocelyn, you can take them and say, listen, this is, if you want to learn how to do this, this is how you do it. So, but.
And I agree, there are certain things that, that you do that are different than somebody else, and your way is not working. So you reach out and you're like, I'm going to pull my hair out, help. And everybody in the reseller community will lend a hand, be it personal or business advice. They're there. And that's another thing that I love about the community. Yes, I do love the upgrades. They are phenomenal. But I love the fact that everybody here, no matter if you're a reseller or not, they accept you for who you are. And that right there is the biggest blessing anybody could ever ask for. And when I got sick and I almost passed, Tommy had Derrick to lean on.
I sure did.
And right then and there, I knew, right then and there, I knew that we were accepted.
Yeah.
And everybody who prayed for me, who reached out to see if we needed anything, that checked on us, you know, even if it was just to say hi, a quick hi, and that was it.
Mhm.
The reseller community did that. The reseller community did that. And that is why I am thankful to be with a reseller and be a part of this community. I'm not a reseller, but I am welcome. And that is amazing.
She's not coming on the show no more. I have to come get my own coffee.
But yeah, it's a family.
Mhm.
You are accepted through your good and your bad, and that's good. That's amazing, and that is worth being with a reseller.
That's why I can't wait. I mean, you only have a week and a half away, my man. Week and a half.
I know.
And I'm so sad I wasn't cleared.
You know what? I've already told Tommy that I do want to make a trip up to you guys too.
Mhm.
I just need to show Ashley that I can pay the trip off by sourcing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because she's a little bit worried about it. I'm not going to lie. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
because it's going to cost a good bit of money to come down there. You know, even though you've been awesome enough to let me stay with you, which is going to really the biggest chunk was, you know, basically paying for a hotel.
Right.
That's going to be very helpful. So I'm going to kind of use this as proof that, hey, I can go, you know, visit people and make enough money to cover that cost and maybe even make some money.
Right.
So.
Oh, you already went downstairs? I just heard tinging of a cup, and all of a sudden I look over. I was waiting for you to get done so that I could ask you if I could have some coffee too. And you were already downstairs.
Well, Jasmine's actually like, I was getting ready to make it, and she was like, I can make your coffee for you, Dad. So I was like, all right, great.
That's good.
Thank you. I'll tell you if it's
Mother
good.
like daughter. Good job, Jaslyn.
I'm trying to train her
Delicious.
to help. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And that's another thing. You know, having the kids, being with a reseller, sometimes we just want family days or family nights where there's no sourcing, but then it always turns sourcing, and it's probably the best time together as a family. Oh, hey, cool, thank you. I get to see how this feels.
I'm gonna jump off topic here just for a second because we had a question.
Yeah.
From Myra Elaine. She asked, does anybody sell directly from YouTube and just use PayPal? No eBay or Amazon at all? Yes, there was just a show last night that was on Kim's channel, right?
What?
With Donatello?
Donatello.
Yeah. Borderline Hoarders' channel last night just had a show with special guest Donatella, where Donatella is actually moving away from her eBay, and she's selling directly on YouTube through YouTube auctions, and just uses PayPal to invoice. So yeah, there are people out there, and it's becoming a more common practice. I was just gonna say, Derrick, NASCAR man, Monday nights hosts an auction where he has people come on. We've been on there twice. Anthony's been on there
Twice.
and it's a direct sale right through YouTube and invoice through PayPal. No eBay, no Amazon fees, and so people are doing that, and it's starting to catch on. More and more people are doing that.
That's a benefit of being.
Okay, back to you guys.
I just get to be on a rotational list on his auction. Whatever he doesn't have somebody throw me on there.
Yeah. It's you, Tommy. We got some real different people coming on this couple of weeks. We have who do we have coming? Oh, we have Suburban Beard and Manny coming on Wednesday.
And if Myra wants to learn more about that, I would suggest Kimmy's in chat here, Borderline Hoarderish.
Yeah.
Go to her channel, check out her episode from last night because she kind of goes into detail on how she does it. So
Yeah, it was a pretty awesome show.
It'd be a real good episode to watch if that's something you're thinking about getting into.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Okay, we can go back. I just wanted to acknowledge that it's a question we don't see every day.
Right.
No. And so also, Tommy, he'll consult me and think of, ask me questions and think, ask what my opinion is on things. And sometimes I have an opinion on it, and then other times I'm like, I don't know. It's your decision. And he's like, no, I'm asking you. And thank you.
Because I try to include her in most of the decisions. I mean, not if it's a little, should I buy this for $4 and make 25, but when it's a bigger decision,
yeah,
I try to consult her a lot because, well, it's going to affect family funds temporarily, but hopefully it's going to bring back more funds, but got to make sure that this is a good move at this time for us,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I, like I said,
and when she comes with well, I don't know, do what you think is right. It's like, I need some input.
I know.
And that's why you have your boys, because they're fellow resellers and they understand it way more than I do.
It'll be like,
I'm appreciative.
yes, Tommy.
Gary's asking how we feel about managed payments on eBay.
What was that? I missed.
I dislike it a lot, to be honest with you. I just, I don't know if you guys know. He just did a video where he talked about it a little bit. He said he's going to try it on his smaller store. I just don't like it. I mean, you got to wait 2 to 4 days for payments. You can't use the global shipping program.
That's
goes directly to your bank account. See, for my reselling business, I don't even use a bank account. I use PayPal, and I have like a debit card through PayPal. So honestly, and I know eBay's starting to come out with a card now too that you can use. But I mean, honestly, I prefer PayPal over eBay. I mean, and then they're doing a thing where they're offering you like a chance at $10,000 to switch over. Like, I just feel like they're trying to entice me to come to this program because it's less effective than what is already in place. But I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong. Some people might have it. They might love it. But for me, like, I'm going to stick with PayPal as long as I possibly can. I don't know about you guys.
I didn't know that you could just do one of your stores on managed payments. I thought if you did one, all your accounts would have to switch over. We do have another
account for it, you know what I mean? And then you can have the same PayPal link to it, but to have a second store, you have to actually create an entirely new eBay account. That's the only reason I haven't done it yet, because see, I'm torn on that too, because I don't want to have two separate things, you know what I mean? Like, and then I don't have the cha-ching to let me know I sold something. And
right. Well, we do have a second store that we're literally not doing nothing with. I think there's 10 items in there or something.
Yeah, something like that. It was the one that I was going to have before I got sick, and I was working on it pretty much every day up until I got sick. And we're gonna revamp it, and
we're gonna turn that into our dropship store.
Yeah,
I'm gonna play with drop shipping on that store, and I'm running some experiments with some drop shipping software and some legit companies through Bonanza right now, because, well, if it screws up, Bonanza's just gonna slap you on the hand.
So reseller, man.
If that works out good, then I'm gonna do that. But I didn't know you could do managed payments on just one of your stores. So that's kind of cool.
You learn something new every day.
Right. I did see reseller man's question, so yeah, go ahead.
All right. At the bargain effect, if something was happened to you, would Destiny be able to run things for a few days? He means like if you were sick and unable to work at all. So we have already been down that route. And this was about shortly after he started. I was completely lost. He was in the hospital for 5 days, something like that.
Yep.
And we were there every day, but I would drive home. He would have to call me, video chat, so I could find the item. And it was a little stressful at that point, but now with being able to help with the
Cross promotion.
hold on, let me think of the word. The where everything is, the SKU numbers and everything, setting up our inventory.
Inventory locations.
Yeah, inventory locations. Thank you. I think I could handle it because he has been working with me, so I think I could handle it. The back of this, like doing promotions and stuff, I know how to do that. I just wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. So even if he were sick, he would still be trying to work on it. So I would do the shipping and I would do the cross-posting stuff, but he would do the main paperwork because he has a laptop that he could bring with him. But even when you were in the hospital, you were still trying to work. So, yeah. So, but if it got to the point where he couldn't do anything at all, I'd be able to ship things and get them to the post office on time. That's probably about all.
That was one of the reasons, because I got real sick. I ended up with an infection that I got. What was it called? Sepsis. And it also came close to a near-death experience, I guess, from what I'm told.
Yep.
But I ended up having to have a major surgery to have the infection removed and whatever. So I was in the hospital. I was highly medicated, and I had to walk her through the shipping process, where it was, how to bring it up. She literally knew nothing. Product was hard for her to find because we were at the point where Anthony is in his inventory. I knew where everything was, but she had no clue.
Yeah, I had no clue.
And that's when we decided, after everything was all good, that we have to implement a system so if something would happen, somebody can at least come in and process our sales and get them out the door.
Yeah.
Right. And he works.
Who knows what if something would have happened where. What if I wouldn't have been able to walk her through it? There's got to be a backup person that knows how to do it, and a system in place that's kind of self-explanatory. Yeah. So we do have some backup systems in place, or if one of us, if I go down with the business and there's systems in place, if she goes down, and how it affects things. So.
Yeah. I mean, and we've had it on both ends where something dramatic has happened, and both situations have affected his reselling. And even after then, I knew that I needed to learn at least how to ship. Granted, I'm not the best at it. I've tried to make a Frankenbox and found out that I was all proud of my Frankenbox. And then he's like, honey, why didn't you use that box? Because you made the Frankenbox the same size as that box. And I'm like,
it was funny because she took the bigger USPS box and cut it all the way down to like the exact size of the smaller one.
I didn't know it was my first Frankenbox. And I was talking with Kimmy.
It was a good looking box for a Frankenbox.
Thank you, honey. But yeah, I was talking with Kimmy, and I'm like, Kimmy, I'm going to do my first Frankenbox, because he showed me how to do it. He walked me through it. He showed me what I needed to do and everything to do a Frankenbox. And so he was gone. He went to the post office, and I was doing something. I don't remember what item I was doing, but I was like, Kimmy, I'm going to do my first Frankenbox. Watch. And she's like, okay. So she watched me make this Frankenbox. She was so proud of me. Tommy gets home, comes downstairs, and I'm showing him my Frankenbox, and she's laughing. She was like, I didn't know you had that box. Tommy's like, we have these boxes. They're right here. And I'm like, I'm looking at my Frankenbox. I'm looking at the box he's holding. I'm like, whoops, my bad. But I at least attempted to make a Frankenbox, even though we have had the box. I made a Frankenbox all by myself without his help, and
All
it
that matters.
good.
That's awesome.
So it's good to know that she at least has the ability to customize a box if one of our odd things would go out, you know.
Yeah. And I still have that knowledge up here, which is awesome. But Tommy also, the bigger items, Tommy has already pre-packaged. And so that right there is a big help. So if anything were to ever happen again, at least I know the bigger items are already pre-packaged, and all I've got to do is go into the shipping, measure, do what I need to do to get that label on there, and send it out the door.
Good.
So, we do have a system in place, and it's a pretty good system, and we're a pretty good team when it comes right down to it. At least I think so.
That Ashley?
Oh, yeah. I like what Sherry McD says. Good reminder that we should all have SOPs, standard operating procedure sheets, for anybody that might have to step in and handle it. Kind of have some sort of outline of what to do. If you gotta ship, this is how you do it. This is, So, Derrick.
Yes, sir.
Is your wife still there?
No, I ran away.
She ran away. She's right here. All right, what's up?
Well,
Hey guys, I have to run to a doctor's appointment with Ash.
not a
say hi to
problem, man.
everybody.
Hi guys.
Hey,
So I'm gonna jump off. But Destiny, it's been awesome having you on. You've been an awesome guest.
Well,
been a lot
thank
of fun.
you. Much love, my friends.
Right back at you.
Okay.
all right, you take
All
care.
right.
We'll talk to you later, Anthony.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Come here, ass. Come here.
No,
All
you're
right.
not in my butt.
We're just curious about Derrick's in-home seller support.
What? I have no problem with it.
Okay,
Keeps him out of trouble. That's all I care about.
there you go. There you
Yeah.
go.
Is
Gives him something to do, and it keeps him out of trouble.
That's what would be the one thing that gets on your nerves with it, or that you just don't like about it? I think I know one of the things.
Well, having all the boxes in my living room and
That's
staring
what I was
at them and
gonna
making a mess.
That's what I suspected.
Yeah. But hey,
she's been happy when she's been seeing the PayPal account going, ooh.
Yeah, it's nice. Tiffany says she loves your wife's accent. I do too. I think she sounds just like Laverne from Laverne and Shirley. Hence, this is why if you ever see me talking and I'll say, "Hey, Laverne," because that's not her name.
that's okay. Believe me, I've been called a lot worse.
That's Tommy's name.
Penny Marshall was awesome. That's calling you Laverne is not meant as an insult in any sort of way.
Oh
No.
God, no.
A friend of ours was up in Brimfield about 10 years ago, and she sold a blanket, and she looked at the check, and she's like, as soon as the lady walked away with the package, she looked at the check, and it was Penny Marshall. Penny Marshall bought something from her. She didn't even know it was her.
Tommy would have loved that. He would have framed it. He wouldn't even have cashed it. He would have framed it.
They said up in Brimfield, you never know who's going to be there. So
Were there any other questions?
you could ask Miss NASCAR.
Oh, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Martha,
Do you have any questions for Miss NASCAR?
yes.
Since we got her here for a moment.
Drive safely, Kimmy.
Take it easy, Kim. Thanks for being with us this morning.
It's choking.
You're gonna kill yourself with how you're doing that.
Rebecca is almost ready to go. And for the people in chat that don't know where Rebecca's going, she is coming to visit us. She is coming
Oh, God.
from Minnesota. to Wisconsin to hang out with us. She's bringing her family and hanging out with us for the weekend.
She's staying with you guys, or did she get a hotel?
She's going to stay in our camper.
That's cool.
That way, we were like, they were going to haul a camper. I
Yeah,
was like, don't do all that. Why haul one when we have one sitting here in our driveway?
right.
Why get a motel when we have a camper in the driveway? Spend that money. You can take that money you spend at a motel over to the flea market and source.
Right. Exactly.
So
That's
did
why
you
with Anthony, I mean, we have the reclining couch. I'm like, why is he gonna go get a single? Because hotels, people forget, hotels are singles are worth is more than it is for a double.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that, and they're like, well, how come it's costing me $200 something? Because you're one person. They have 2 beds. They want to make sure that they have the 2 beds available that they can use.
Right.
Rebecca, did you get back from the vet already, or talk to him and he says that's okay, or what's the puppy status?
Right. And then Myra asked, post and pack. I guess you put the invoice in an envelope on the outside. No, we actually open up the packages and we put the invoice inside, and then we retape, reweigh, and make sure everything's legit. And then we print out the label after we buy it, slap it on the package, and out the door it goes. And oh boy, honey, I didn't want to know all that. I just use my invoices just in case something would get damaged on the label, or the label gets wet and smears or whatever, and it just don't get lost in the post office wherever. They'd be able to open it up, and at least it's got a return address where it came from and where it's going. So
yeah,
that's why I use them. I know a lot of people don't, and I usually handwrite a thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that myself because I didn't know what that.
My feedback boosted up, and our ratings on Mercari came in a lot faster once I started writing personal thank yous.
There is a question for Miss NASCAR.
Uh-oh.
How do you handle Derrick's Hot Wheels obsession?
Good question. I imagine there's got to be Hot Wheels everywhere in your house, man. There's got to be.
Well, no, they're all underneath his desk, in boxes and in cases. So
and in closet
and in the closet and in the coat closet. So he does have some that are visible, but at least they're not scattered.
And one thing, just to give you a little history about that too. When Dina and I, well, there you go. So Kami made some money. When we first met and started going out, I was going to the store every week and every 2 weeks and buying die-cast cars. And she come and go, well, what are you doing? What are you doing? I says, well, here's the deal. Would you rather have me spend $1 or $10 on buying 10 of these, or being at the bar spending $10 on one drink?
Right.
So, and then she's got the look. Yep,
It's true.
So,
But after being married to him for almost 21 years and been together almost 24 years, I've learned to deal with it. It's his thing. He likes doing it. I'm not going to complain. And as long as they're not scattered all over the place where I'm stepping on them and
and
that should be like me with the kids. God damn it, Derrick.
Here's the thing. She kept on. Yeah. You're gonna get this. You're gonna get this. We went to a yard sale last year, and with me being on disability, we're on a fixed income, so we get our normal weekly money. And then she goes, we went to a yard sale at 7:00 in the morning, and I said to her, this guy's got 3 bins of toys. Let's see what we can do. I got there. The lady sold us all 3 bins plus a box of stuff for $20. 25. She goes, well, that's the money. I only have now gas money and money for doing laundry. I said, give me a second. Relax. Let me make a couple of phone calls.
Sounds like me and Destiny.
and give me a couple of phone calls. And so my friend came over. He spent $10. So she's like, okay, cool. I had another friend come over. When she finally left, $98?
Almost $100.
Almost $100 later, she's like, okay, All right, we're good. We're good.
Right. You
I
know,
made my $25 back and then some.
exactly.
That's always nice. That's the whole point of it.
Right. And when you don't do it and you're a wife or a husband or significant other to a reseller, and they start showing you the amounts that of the flips and stuff like that. I mean, it's crazy. Like my mind goes sometimes at how much you can get for something.
Derrick tells me that I should do a YouTube channel. And I'm like, I'm not really good with talk. Like, it's very difficult for me to talk. And I don't even know what I would sell.
You don't have to sell.
You don't even have, my channel's not about selling.
A reseller. She does not
I don't even know what I would even talk about. It's like
you and Destiny, because of your past, because her past was she almost died when she was a baby. She had grandma seniors all the way until she was 18 years old. She had a blood vessel pop in her brain.
When I was a day old.
It was a day old.
Wow.
So she had to live with all that. She didn't get her license until she was, 19?
Almost 21.
Almost 21 years old. I says, that's the stuff that you talk about. And I said, then you can have Destiny on, and you can have Kimmy, and you all, because all you girls, Darlene, and, Darlene wants to have her on the show so badly.
I know. You know what? Sherry said reseller spousal support channel. That is a really good idea. Yeah. And the guys will probably watch it now, but we can share our frustrations. Like, this is an example. This is not anything that's ever happened, but, Tommy drove me nuts last night because we were supposed to be doing this, and, well, we ended up doing this instead. That kind of thing. Release our stress. Talk about the good. Talk about the bad. Well, I'm yeah, but not like I don't get real angry about it anymore. Like I used to. Like, oh, that channel would have been great when he first started because I had a lot of complaints. But now it's like it's who he is, and I chose to be with him. I love him, and this is who he is, and so I accept it. And just like Dina said, at least he's not out getting in trouble.
True.
Being out on the town drinking and this and that, So.
And as far as Laverne having a channel,
yes,
it doesn't even have to be affiliated or associated with reselling in any way, because there's other people out there that have whatever interests you may have. That when you talk to your friends, this is what you talk about when you have your phone conversations or you meet up. There's people on YouTube that would like to hear them same style conversations. It doesn't have to, just because Derrick's got the reselling Hot Wheel channel, toy channel, doesn't mean you have to have a channel anything to do with reselling, because Destiny started out with some how-to helpful, clean this, how to get marker off of that. But her channel now at this point isn't associated with reselling whatsoever.
No.
Yes, we'll get together and talk.
Sounds good, my dear. We can definitely do that. So somebody, Fishing and Picking, wants to see a wedding photo of you.
I seen that. You want to see the NASCAR man, what he looked like when he got married.
You can see that one.
No, that's an icky one.
That's an icky one. Oh my God. One in the bedroom. Me with my
here you go. Reseller man also said his wife would most likely want to be on that channel.
And you know what? It would be open to not just women, but men too. Sherry says that my hubby can join you all. He needs some support. LOL.
There you go.
Oh,
wow, Derrick.
Gotta make that bigger.
Oh yeah, let me do that here. There we go.
You can so tell you're Italian.
That's a cool picture. I like the way.
That is awesome.
That's us.
That's us.
I hope we have good wedding photos like that.
Way back when.
We had the nice part about when we got married is her aunt was a photographer, so she did all the stuff for us. She did everything for us. I wanted to DJ my own wedding. What are you kidding?
That's what I. And look at Destiny. Look at Destiny.
He wants to do that.
I was like, we can save money.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Because he was DJing at the time, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I can DJ my own wedding." I'm like, "And how are you gonna do that?" And
I had my assistant. I could have just had him running the music. I would have did everything else, but
no.
Yeah, I told him no too, because no, that's just not happening. Because what he'll do, and I can already picture it in my head, is we'll go out for our first dance on the floor as husband and wife.
Yeah.
And he won't show up to the dance floor because he's too busy playing with the DJ equipment.
Because I'm looking for good dance music.
That's him.
So yeah, we need to hire somebody else to be a DJ.
Yeah.
Because nope, not happening.
Yeah. So we had one of our friends do it for us. So.
But he told me no too, because I was going to do all the cooking for her wedding. And he told me no. So it was trying to save money, cheap. But yeah. So I told him no. He told me no. So we're gonna. It is what it is. I was just gonna make spaghetti.
So now we're having now for our reception we're gonna have order in pizza and a radio station.
Pineapple pizza and Sirius satellite radio.
Yeah, see, Sherry says that's a hustler's mentality. I can do it myself.
Yeah.
Save that money. Try to conserve as much as you can and
do whatever you can to get it done. That's it.
Maybe barter for a few things.
My mom, when you guys ever meet my mom's one of those stubborn Italians. She was brought up.
I've heard your mom.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm 46 years old. And I still get time. I still get put in time out with my mom. So
your mother, she has that right.
Yep, that's it.
Yep.
So, but it's one of those things where she'll go, and she'll be like, "Oh no, we're not gonna buy that yet. We're gonna go and talk to this guy first before we buy this thing. You're not gonna buy that because you want it. We're gonna look at it. We're gonna make sure." And I'm like, "Okay." Like our wedding, it was one of her friends that did the flowers, but man, I don't know. I'll get the ribbons. You just have to you get the flowers. I'll get the ribbons. Don't worry about that. We're working on a deal.
My bouquet, I was lucky I could hold it. The thing was so heavy.
$1,500 just in flowers.
wow.
Yeah.
What I have?
Tommy, we had the mafia. She came.
I walked down to the mafia for the wedding.
Top coats.
In
scarves, gloves.
Yeah, in the beginning of December, and it was like 60 degrees out, raining.
Yeah.
And I literally walked down the aisle to the mafia. and I, because it was at Christmas time, so I had on a full-length cape with my wedding gown. One of the ushers comes off to take it off, almost chokes me to death because the thing's not completely untied around my neck, and I almost get choked to death right at the altar.
Oh man!
Her sister, my aunt. Her shoe fell. No, your sister.
No, my sister's shoe.
My
sister lost the sole of her shoe came unglued, so she's walking down the aisle trying not to trip because the sole of her sole came unglued on her shoe.
Then my crazy aunt, she goes and has a little bunny rabbit in her because the girls had muffs, and she's dancing the little bunny boo foo foo, dancing, sitting there waiting. And then my mother-in-law at the rehearsal
and at the wedding.
No, at the rehearsal she dropped the candle.
No, at the rehearsal she dropped the base of the candle.
That's right, she dropped the base of the candle.
The candle. The day of the wedding, she goes to light the candle, almost burns the church down.
She dropped the candle and the base.
Reseller man wants to know: did she get the shoes off eBay?
No, she did not.
No, she did not. That was a bad ball.
Probably would have
Anthony-
better luck that way.
Anthony says, "Hey guys, listening in the car."
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in there, Anthony.
Hey, honey, what kind of wedding am I asking for?
She wants to go to Vegas and get married in the Mob Museum.
Oh my God.
And I want to have a murder mystery mob style for the reception.
There you go. That'd be cool.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be cool. But yeah, and then halfway through our wedding, we went and we got changed. And we went total country after that.
We're gonna do country hip hop.
No, where's the pictures?
I don't know.
Oh. I went from tuxedo to Brooks and Dunn cowboy shirt, cowboy hat, black jeans, and black boots.
Johanna says, "Oh, poor NASCAR man and wife. Sounds like the Three Stooges wedding."
It was like, oh, are you kidding me? Oh, it was so funny. And then the kids didn't want to. Our flower girl walked down, but our
The ring bearer.
ring bearers. We had 2 ring bearers that were twins. They had to be carried down, but that's not as bad as the wedding I went to a couple of weeks ago, where the ring bearer threw the pillow, literally flung the pillow.
See, now to point out, I want to point out something here because Anthony said something in chat.
Yeah.
It's the reseller mentality. He says when we're talking about the mob wedding in Vegas, he says that's awesome, Tommy. You can do that at eBay Open.
Yep.
Seriously, we have discussed that.
And reseller man says, yes, go to eBay Open next year and get married at the same time, then source to pay for it all.
Right, and we can write off the travel expenses for business.
You can probably write off the wedding
Some-
because you just
I had
married your
to
employee.
Tommy,
He's got the pictures up. Picture.
oh.
Wow, gorgeous.
All right. Holy cow.
cool.
That is neat.
Hold on.
Anthony, are you planning? Do you think you're going to go to eBay Open?
He had to mute.
Oh, okay. I'm just wondering if Anthony's going to go to eBay Open and whether he would, if he's going to go, if he would drive. I would
minimize him for now.
I want to go to eBay Open. I don't know if we're actually going to pay for the event to go to the open event, but we definitely go down there to try to network with the other resellers that are there. I think the event's kind of pricey because everything that goes on at the event is on YouTube within a week after the event. So how many people in chat have been to eBay Open or are thinking about going to eBay Open while we're waiting on Derrick here?
Sherry says, I need to source or score an invite to that wedding, you guys. It will be fun. Tommy took me to Vegas last year for the very first time. And it was very interesting in Vegas. I enjoyed myself. I really did. But when we first started going where we could see Vegas, I was like, really? That's it? It looks so tiny. But we live in Wisconsin, and so we can't see 40 miles down the road. And so here I am thinking we're really close to it because I'm not used to that distance with my eyes. And I'm like, that's so small. What is the big deal? And then the closer we got, the bigger it got. And then when we were in there, I was like, holy cow, this is like crazy huge. But it was a good experience. I've always wanted to go to Vegas, and now we're in Vegas for our wedding. So Vegas sucks. LOL. If you like to drink, I guess okay. No, I'm not a big drinker, but you know what? to each their own, and I know there's a lot of
I
gambling
knew you were
there.
wild.
I like the entertainment, the free entertainment. The
Yeah,
sidewalk.
and there's a ton you can do. There's a ton to do in C&B Bay, especially the first time if you've never been there, where you don't have to pay expensive show price,
Mm-mm.
for tickets to go to shows. You don't have to gamble. There's a lot of free stuff to check out there.
When did you live in Vegas, honey? Because
lived in
Money for
Vegas.
Mars.
I lived in Vegas in the early 90s.
Yep. Money for
91,
Mars said
93.
he lived outside Vegas for several years back in the early 90s.
It has grown a lot.
Honey, he's got another picture.
Oh,
Wow, that is definitely.
that's quite a transition.
That is for sure.
Yeehaw.
Evil.
There's a picture of them going down the.
I'm trying to find it. Hold on.
Anthony would like to know, Tommy and Destiny, are you guys going to do happy hour again this week?
Yes, we are. We just don't know exactly what hour it's going to be. It may be this evening or it may be tomorrow. We're not quite sure, but we do know that we are going to do it with Rebecca Kruder. So she'll be in the live there with us, and we'll probably all be on one cam so we can make space for
Hey, honey,
anybody.
you got Derrick big again.
Oh,
Forgot to-
yeah, I'm not good at that. But then we'll have five available spaces for anybody that wants to jump in.
Right.
So we are going to do it. I don't know exactly when. So just make sure you're subscribed to me and Destiny, because we'll be on one of our channels so you get the notification when it does happen.
There's the mafia pick.
Oh, gotta stop doing it because I keep forgetting to undo it. Nice.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
That is sweet. I should bring up my Facebook and show our
Your
Murder-
buddies, Mafia
our
wedding?
murder mystery mafia pictures.
Yeah.
Get out.
Let me see if I can find them quick. I don't wanna-
Couple of spots.
Are you looking for it? Okay.
Yep, I'm looking for it. Let's see.
Well, not just that. It's just so the school knows that there is.
So keep them entertained, honey, while I find it.
All right. Well, let's see. Trying to see. Yeah, we're talking about doing it. Rebecca will be with us during it, and we'll probably be in the backyard, with the fire going. Backyard. Yeah, the backyard. With the fire going. When we do our happy hour. It might be a little bit later. So.
Yeah.
Jude Carlton. Adam,
He's
Jude Carlton.
got his football equipment on.
And I'd
Oh, yeah,
really be
he's in football too?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Oh, BK Vending says, thanks so much, guys. Gotta run. It was fun today. Thank you for coming. Please be safe and much love.
Yeah,
That's
we're probably gonna shut it down here in 5 minutes, anyways, because I know Flipping Particles comes on, and we try not to run over her show.
It's been almost 2 hours already. Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Time flies.
I told you now with being on this side of it now, Destiny. Now you see why sometimes we forget what time it is because it just flows.
Right, and I know that you guys run for long periods of time and stuff like that for the show, and because sometimes I'm bringing coffee once or twice in the morning for the show, but it went so fast, like, wow.
Yep.
I got so many pictures in my Facebook.
Hi, Brooke.
Going through them, I can't find them.
Brooklyn Babbles is saying hi.
That's
What
your
up, Brooke?
sidekick, isn't it?
Yeah, she's our adopted daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in school right now. I always call it the wrong thing, but for
Cosmetology.
thank you. I was gonna call it something else, but yeah. So she's in school for that. Do you have off today? It's Friday. I don't think she has school today. Do you have school today, Brooke? If not, you should message me after.
So she's a cosmonaut then.
A what?
Yeah.
A cosmonaut.
That's a new one. I never heard that.
No, she's a cosmopolitan. She's a cosmo. She's going in for dressing and everything, but she's not she's a cosmonaut, which is a Russian space astronaut. But we just call
Reseller man said, I would like to see more spouses on talking about the same subject.
Adam, stop.
I agree.
Well,
I
Destiny and I think Dina should put something together like that.
Yeah, we will definitely get together and discuss it, and maybe we should have a contest.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm sure you'll pick up other spouses that would like to join in and get involved, even if it's just to vent about the frustrations or show the excitement about the really cool stuff.
Right, exactly. Yep.
Okay, then I will message you later, Brooke. Money for Mars. I only got 7 listings done in 2 hours. I got to pick up my game. You know what? I apologize. I talk a lot. So, but you can do it. You can do it. Sorry.
Okay. Well, I can't find our mob, my picture from our mob thing, but it's going too slow with both of us streaming.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I might have found. No. Never mind. Psych.
That was good. Psych.
Yeah. I'm getting into that time error in my photos, so wait, it might be
Hello, Bailey. Bailey's joined us too, honey.
Bailey, what is going on, girl?
You guys should come see us.
Thanks for stopping in.
Yes, she is our other adopted daughter. Yes, Brooke and Bailey are sisters, and so we kind of kidnapped them. But they're awesome.
I found it.
Oh, you found it? Oh, awesome.
I found it.
I was sitting on the bench.
Waiting for it to load. Oops, I don't want to load it that big. I can't access anything else. Oh, I could do it like this, I suppose. All right. I can get my thing to cooperate here. I went to slide my screen and I lost it.
You lost it.
Oh boy.
What the hell?
Reseller man said, I usually work during the show, but I did nothing today. You can do it. Keep going. Keep going. You can do it.
You can do it. That's a good movie.
Yeah. Wait, what movie is that one?
You Can Do It. That's from Longest Yard.
Yes. I had the original and then I had the remake with Adam Sandler.
That's the best one. I love that one.
Just remember, everybody, if your spouse doesn't support you, still love them, because someday they may change their mind. It happened with me.
That's it. You never know.
Yep, you never know. Just keep doing what you're doing, push forward, and eventually they'll catch on and realize that you're loving what you're doing, and either they'll step up or they won't.
Anthony's back.
Okay.
I don't know. How long were you sitting there, bud?
Just a couple minutes. We just parked. Ashley had to run to a quick meeting because she works at this hospital. So she has a meeting before she does her appointment. So I told her, while you're doing the meeting, I'll just hang out with everybody.
Is it what?
Okay, here. I got
Oh, look at. Oh my God, there's Tommy.
Yeah,
That was some years ago.
Nice.
Wow.
And you wonder why I want a murder mystery and mob wedding. He looks so handsome.
Damn.
So
There you go.
that's the picture there.
There you go. So
Yeah, Anthony, we're just getting ready to call it actually because
I figured as much. I figured I'd at least jump in and say hi and bye to everybody.
that's cool.
it was fun. We got Dina on, and we got
Yeah, I was watching.
Yeah, so maybe Destiny and her are gonna get together and start. What would you call it?
resell.
Like they have AA meetings, but more like a SS
Spousal support
channel
for
yeah,
resellers.
that spousal support channel.
And you never know. We'll have men, women, kids
Yep.
on. We're
It does because it impacts the children too.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be 100% honest with the people in chat. Our kids are homeschooled. Why? Because it's a better for business. Because when I want to get up and go sourcing, I go sourcing out of town during the week because we do an overnight, and that's when the motels are cheaper. And we can't do that if the kids are going to school every day.
Right.
Also, I don't want to say, okay, the kids are in school. They took off on the school bus at 7:15. Now we have, we want to go to the bins. It's an hour and a half away. We go to the bins. Now we have to watch the clock because we have 3 hours and we got to head back home to make sure we're home by the time the kids are getting off the bus.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we were planning our trip to go out by Derrick, we would have had to pull the kids out of school to do that. So we homeschool.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a big part. We don't really care for the school district we're in either. So between that, it was a real easy business decision to say, we're just going to homeschool.
Right.
Yeah.
And,
Yes.
But I think we're at 11:04. So I think we're going to call it. Anthony, you got anything you want to throw out there, promo for this weekend going on?
Yeah. I mean, tomorrow we'll be starting our very first show with Tiffany, Eat Sleep Amazon, and Nate Everyday I'm Hustling. It'll be tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're gonna have that on my channel, so should be good.
Cool.
And that's why I said we're not sure what time we're doing our happy hour because I'm definitely going to want to watch that. So we'll move back. We might do it later this evening, but I know Kim's got her crazies come out too. So, but if we try to wait for an open time slot, we're probably not going to have so much luck. So we're just going to have to wing it out there and see what happens.
So tonight we have racing on my channel, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we are having on Donatella's channel another live auction tonight. She's got a lot of new stuff, so check that out tonight too at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
One thing I wanted to mention too, Derek. I guess it's for you and maybe somebody in the chat who signed up for our fantasy football league. Paul, City Picker, mentioned. I don't know if you read it in the little forum that's on our fantasy site. He mentioned we should do like a live stream of the draft.
Yeah,
so
we could.
I'm gonna do that, and I'll have like 5 other slots open for anybody who's signed up for the reseller league. If you want to jump on and draft live with us.
When is it?
That'll be on Tuesday.
It's tonight,
Tuesday
right?
At 7. No, it's Tuesday.
Tuesday. That's right. Tuesday at 7. That's right.
Tuesday.
It changed 3 times, so it's like.
I know. It's been. I'm not very organized, so like commissionering a league is like.
We understand. That's fine, bud. That's fine.
Neutral girl 2-1.
Yeah, I just see that. I was going to address that.
Okay, I'd put that in the private chat so you saw it.
Brooke asked if she can join happy hour. Our happy hour is open to everybody that wants to join, as long as you handle yourself proper, and we're not a real strict channel, you know. But I mean, as long as you're not doing anything totally off the wall, you can bounce a little bit. Just don't go Super Bowl style. You're welcome in the,
my job.
you're welcome in the channel. So anybody in chat that just watched for that notification, you want to jump on with us, man, we'd love to have it. We only have room for 6 in the StreamYard, but we kind of rotate out people, so everybody gets a little piece of fun. Nature Girl 2110 asked, I'm trying to make eBay my full-time gig in 6 months. eBay isn't even part-time for me now. I made 7 sales this week with 30% net profit. I need to quit my job in about, it says 6 months, but I think she meant months. Any advice to scale? I'll tell you what, Nature Girl, I don't recognize the name, but we're on every day, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central, and we have lots of good people in the chat that give good advice. We primarily talk about our reselling ventures, and growing is one of them. So I would say stay tuned in to our shows. Make sure you're subbed to everybody that's in the list description below. You might get some. I'd like to address it more, but we're like running out of time today.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I would say also post it in the Facebook group. If somebody can drop a link to that, because I don't have access to the chat on here on my phone. If you post it in the Facebook group, I know I'm going to comment some feedback, and I'm sure a lot of other people will give you a whole bunch of ideas to grow there too.
Absolutely. And if you having any struggles with anything, you know, you can feel free to, I'm sure, contact pretty much anybody here on the panel. I know my email address is in the description below. It's real simple, thebargaineffect@gmail.com. I'm so happy to help anybody in any way I can. So feel free to contact, give me an email or something if you need some immediate information that I might be able to help you with. And if I don't have an answer for you, I try to find it.
We'll find it for you.
Yeah.
Tiffany says our show is only an hour at the Bargain Effect, so you could have yours at 8. Yeah, okay, and it won't conflict. So you got an 8 hour, but we planned on an hour too, and look what happened.
Yeah.
So, but like I say, just watch for the notification, because it's just going to be a spontaneous happy hour. So,
I put the Mid Morning Break Room Facebook page in chat.
Yeah.
And I also put your email in chat, Tommy.
Cool. Thanks. See how she supports it? That's part of the support. All right, y'all. We got to get out of here. It's Friday. Everybody have a good weekend. Be productive at your sourcing.
And thank you for having me.
We got you.
Thank you for being
here. Thank you for coming in. But everybody in chat, I wish you a productive weekend in your sourcing, your selling. I hope sales are great. Remember, though, take some time, spend it with your spouse. You get a little frustrated with us from time to time. So, all right. With that, I think we're out. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you Monday morning,
guys.
9 o'clock on
Craig's
channel. Craig,
Yeah.
the Land Shark Picker. His link is also in the description. So, Nature Girl, make sure you subscribe to everybody down in the description, because this is a rotating show. All right. Take care, everyone. We are out.
guys.